In this video, we show you how to set up your HTC Desire C for the first time. This video assumes that you've already installed the battery and a SIM card into your phone. Press and hold the power button on the top of the device. Hold it for 3 to 5 seconds until such time as the screen illuminates and you feel a vibration. The device will now begin its boot up procedure. Be aware that the first time it boots will be longer than any other time that you power the device on because of the initial configuration. It's during this configuration process that we can connect to Wi-Fi, add a Google account, set the date and time and configure our phone connection. These can all be done later once the configuration has been completed for the first time, so you can skip it on this boot up, but it is advised to do it first time round, simply for future simplicity, because it's all here in one easy to follow procedure. So the first stage of configuration is choosing the right carrier for you. Now this will depend upon the SIM card you've inserted and whether you're on a pay-as-you-go or monthly contract. So we're on a pay-as-you-go here, so we're simply going to select pay-as-you-go and it will configure the device accordingly. Once happy, click next. You can then choose your language. We're sticking with English. Click next. You then have the ability to configure the internet connection, and you can tell the device to always connect via Wi-Fi or use data or Wi-Fi. Data refers to an internet connection you have through your mobile phone provider. Do be aware there could be additional charges for this, but this may be included in your allowance, so please check with your carrier. Choose the most appropriate one and click next. You have the option then to tell the phone whether to automatically sync data or manually sync data. If you want to remain up to date, it's advisable to have automatic selected, but do again be aware that this may incur extra charges through your mobile phone provider, so you may want to initially set manually sync data until you have confirmed whether you have a data allowance. Gives us the option to set up Wi-Fi if you are within a zone for Wi-Fi. So we're just going to connect here. Now it could either be a secure or unsecured network that you're connecting to. We're connecting to a secured network, so we click it and we have to put in the password. If this was an unsecure network, you would not need to put in the password. So we're simply going to enter that now. So I've clicked connect and it's now connecting to the network, just doing all the relevant checks, and in a moment that will pop up and say that it is connected. So it's now connected. We can click next. Now if you have an HTC account already, you can sign into that, and this allows you to back up some of your data and previous settings. If you don't have an HTC account, you can create an account by clicking here. You don't have to proceed with this, and you can do it at a later stage. For the purposes of this demonstration, we're actually going to skip that because it's not a necessary step. You then just have to agree with the policy or not, whether you want to feed back information. Click OK. You then have some options around location. So if you want to improve the results of any searches you may do through the web, it's advisable to allow Google to use your location, but that's entirely up to you. You can switch these on and off at a later date should you choose. Click next. If you've disabled it, it will ask you, are you sure? So we're yes. On the Desire C, you do get 25 gig of storage with Dropbox, which is an online service. If you already have a Dropbox account, you can sign in with the relevant details through the I already have a Dropbox account. Or if you don't, you can create one, a bit like creating the HTC account. It is optional, and you can do this through a desktop computer if you would prefer, but you have to sign in with your Dropbox account from the Desire C to claim the 25 gig of storage. Click Next. You can then add other accounts to your device if you choose. So you can add Google account, you might have a work email, you can add Facebook, Flickr. There's a whole multitude of different ones that you can add, and which ones you add are up to you. Because this is a Google phone, we are going to add the Google account. So if you're an existing Google account user, you can click Existing. If you're not, you can create an account from the phone by clicking New. Do be aware that you have to have an internet connection to be able to do this. You could go and create this on a computer and come back and do it as an existing one. So we're just going to sign in here with your email address. Then put your password in. Once you've put your details in, you can click Sign In. Now this may take a few minutes depending on the connection, the amount of data it's got to download. You're currently given the option to join Google+. This is entirely up to you. This is Google's social network service. We're not going to join it now. And then you can set whether you want the phone to back up and restore applications. It's advisable you have that ticked to get the best results from the phone. Click Next. So that's now set up. And you can add other accounts if you choose. So if you want to have Facebook on here, just simply input your account details. Click Next. You're given the option to transfer things from your current mobile phone. This is to make things simpler for you, so transfer contacts from another device via Bluetooth. We're going to skip that for this demonstration, and then you set the date and time accordingly. Once happy, click Finish. The device will boot up through to the home screen, and that is your device set up for the first time.